Hello Libra, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I am Nicole. It's lovely to have each and every single one of you. Libra, this is going to be a love reading for you guys. Last one of the zodiac to get done for the series. Then I'm going to start the mid-month readings as well. So I'm super excited you guys have chosen to tune in. I appreciate you. 22 on the timer. Yippee. So let's see. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watcher if that is you. Discern the messages accordingly. I'm going to say this, and this is the last time I'm going to say it because I've said it in the series of videos. Guys, discern the messages. If they're not for you, do not force them to fit. Like, just don't. Check your other placements. Maybe that message just wasn't for you in general. There's no need for negative comments. I see them, I'll delete them. So don't even waste your time. And then I had a comment about my swearing. Plain and simple, like I've told every other sign, I'm a Scorpio. I am me. I will not dummy myself down, and I don't think anybody, it doesn't matter what your sign is, do not dummy yourself down for anybody else because they want you to fit into some type of little box that works for them. Just joke, do not do it. So if you are offended by something like that, sometimes I swear, sometimes I don't. It's whatever. But if that offends you, this isn't the channel for you. Plain and simple. I've said it before, no hard feelings. I'll say it again. But it is what it is, guys. So, you know, thanks for sticking around. If you're tuned in and tuned on to this and we mesh, cool. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that, I'm going to leave all that stuff right there. Libra, I am open for personal readings once again, and you can find that information in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. You can also check me out at holisticallyzenwv.com for a full list of products, services, and details there for how to reach out to me as too. So anyways, let's get on with your reading, Libra. Let's see. Whoa, you guys, well, you got a lot going on right now. Holy moly. Let's see what's happening for deception and make the effort. Spirit is saying self-defeating beliefs about things. You could be dealing with somebody who, I'm hearing from Spirit, thinks you're lying to them about something. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. For Libra, please, Spirit, what do we need to know? Finances and career. So finances and career could be affecting your love life at this time. Religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And, ooh, reverse. Worth waiting for came out in the reverse, and chemistry at the bottom. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 quick second. I'm going to close this. Okay, Libra, I'm sorry about that. I had to take care of something real quick. So, Libra, what I'm going to say to you with this financial... I feel like your energy is kind of in multiple places. 313. Third party. 13. Ending. Something's got to end so something else can take shape. I do feel like... you know, there could be, and I don't know why, I'm gonna say squabbles over finances right now, where they're going, how they're being spent, your career. Maybe some of you may be waiting for it to take off. So you may have a heavy focus on your finances and your career over and opposed to love, more of the pentacle kind of vibe. This religious factors, I just think that for the majority of you, you're not seeing eye to eye with somebody in your life at this time. For those of you, you may just feel like if you're single, you're very focused on the fruits of your labor. Religious factors wise, I would say to you that it's like you don't feel like anybody understands where you're coming from, is how this feels to me. And then this worth waiting for, it came out in the reverse. I never read these cards in reverse, but it's like I'm hearing time out with this card. And then chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. What's behind that? New love. Libra. I feel like for some of you, if there's going to be a long-term commitment to a situation, there needs to be a revitalization of the chemistry between you and a person. Because it's like you guys are in it, like something, if you're in a partnership, like it feels good, But then there's like all these hiccups, constant hiccups along the way of trying to get through those hiccups. So let's see what's happening. This financing career for Libra. Something has not closed out yet. You may be waiting on news of something to close out and change so you know what direction you're heading moving forward when it comes to finances and career. Maybe you and a partner. I heard some of you are waiting on news of a sale of a house also. King of Swords, there you are, Libra, in the sideways position, the Chariot, wanting to move forward. I just said waiting on news of, there it is, the Page of Swords, that card of communication coming out in the reverse. There's definitely a waiting on something to come forward for you when it comes to your stability. I kind of feel like part of this is like you kind of feel like yourself and yet you don't. And that can just be enough to make your love language, if that's what we want to refer to it as, feel off grid is what I'm hearing. So it's like, if you're in a partnership, you may be waiting on some kind of news so that you can harvest whatever you've been working on for a while, whatever that might mean to you. And the Two of Swords, there you go at the bottom of the deck, the Fool, not being able to move forward, right? Not knowing what direction you're going. So for those of you Libras who are single, what's going on for single Libras in love? There you are again. I see you guys in like all of these cards when it comes to the swords and the suits. This could be you dive females, Jesus, Pete's feminine energy Libras. There we go. That's what I'm shooting for. I don't know that you're taking somebody up on an offer. I feel like you could be, even if you're embracing the feminine energy, you're also sitting in a very dominant place of masculine energy as well. Where I don't feel like, I was going to say that someone's being truthful with you in the overall. So whether it's their, maybe you want kids and you don't have any, but they have one and you're like, well, I'd really like to have kids. And they are saying, well, yeah, we could do that. And then maybe all of a sudden you're starting to hear things come from them that are contradictory to what they said before. So it's kind of like that kind of energy where things may have gotten started off on a good path, or you may be dealing with people that are, if you're just dating, mingling, whatever, and you're like, well, these are my goals and my aspirations, and they're coming back around and going, well, yeah, those are mine too. That good first impression, right? And then all of a sudden they're coming through with something quite contrary. I can't talk today. Mercury retrograde vibes are hitting me like a ton of bricks here lately already. But contradictory to what they've already led you to believe, or what they've led you to say, or what they've said, or what they've led you to believe by what they have said. Goodness, Libra. You guys just may have a hard time communicating as well, because I wasn't this tongue-tied in Pisces reading. All right, for those of you in partnership, yeah, see, there's that World card in the reverse again, 6 of Wands, religious factors. Libra, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like, I'm always honest with you guys. Your idea of success and this person's idea of success, they're not one and the same. So it's like you're not ever reaching a state of completion that feels good for both sides. So I don't know, say you bought a house. Maybe this is a horrible example, but we all buy a house. A lot of us buy houses, so let's just go with that. You buy a house, you were dead set on it, you move in. They said they were too, kind of reiterating this back here a little bit, but they're just not happy. So like maybe you grew up in a house, another example, you grew up in a house where your mom and dad were married for, 40 plus years or whatever, and this person's coming from a single family lifestyle and they aren't traditional in how they do things. So it's like one side is very nurturing to how this moves forward, and the other side is very much on their horse, their high horse, doing it their way, wanting to be seen and heard over everything else. Because no matter what it is, it's like you guys are not quite finding full fulfillment in anything that's being nurtured. You're not, it's like watching your phone load. You know, you're getting to 78% and then it just stops and you can't get it to load or charge anymore. It's like constantly watching it get so far and then just watching it buffer and buffer and buffer and buffer. And there's no progress with that Sun in the reverse and the Five of Cups behind that. There's just no progress, full progress being made on certain areas of life at this time. So for those of you Libras who are single, Libras that are single, you guys may feel like too, like your work is not, if you're single and your focus is your finance and your careers, you're waiting for a massive breakthrough to come in. I feel like there's things behind the scenes, Libra, and I'm going to say this. If you're single and looking for love, again, your attention and focus really does seem to be on your finances, very heavily with these pentacles sitting here. And you may feel, I feel like if your work is kind of drowning you, your finances are drowning you at this time, you just may not, your emotions are being muddled. So you're having a hard time finding a space for love because of where your focus is being drawn to. And you guys tend to, home and hearth kind of thing, but it's like all of a sudden your visions of what you're working on are really related to the material world across the board. So it's like you're giving a little bit of this. It's more mental energy being you, Libra, anyhow. And then the pentacle energy, there's not a whole lot of, there's no genuine lesson being learned, if that makes sense. I hope you're following along. I hope I'm explaining that right. It's like there's not a lesson being completed. And again, that Ten of Swords in the reverse. I just said about the traditions, right? There's the Hierophant, the Gemini, you might be dealing with the Gemini, the Lover's card, waiting on choices and decisions to be made. And that Ten of Swords in the reverse is like, again, to me, nothing is quite completing in cycle for you guys right now. When it comes to matters of the heart, whether it's, and I do feel like there's an outside influence, like the focus just doesn't feel like it's on love at this time overall. Like you may have some underlying thoughts of, whether it's past pain, past experiences, things you're trying to wrap up and complete. But it's like you're waiting for this breakthrough moment, whether you're with somebody or not, to open up the doorway so that you can reinvest into something else. So this worth waiting for those entangled. I think you guys took a leap too soon. Oh my God. Libra, shit. The Knight of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Wands. This is coming out sideways. The Star underneath that. I think for some of you, and this won't be for everybody, the Hangman. I'm not saying if you're married, run off and get a divorce, because that's not what I'm saying. Use common sense. But I feel like there's a lot of heated, I hate to say mental abuse, but that's what I see, that's what I'm going to say. That's what I hear, that's what I'm going to say. Where it's leaving somebody in your situation feeling very restricted. And the burden is one that I feel like this person is getting to a point, Libra, whether this is you or the other person, is getting to the point where they want to put those burdens down. So there could be a lot of little arguments happening. There could be a lot of aggression and hostility. And I don't know, I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's absolutely meant for you or you're meaning it to them, as much as it is just the idea of wish fulfillment. Like maybe you jumped into something a little too soon kind of feeling, because I feel like there's a lot of weight in regards to bearing weight on your shoulders to this, because there is this desire with this Nine of Cups, the Hangman, and the Star underneath all of it's almost like, again, the external world outside of your four walls really seems to be making a massive impact on what's going on in your walls. And that 15 just showed up on the timer. I looked up there, and that's the Devil card, right? A lot of obsessions or toxic energies or whatever it is that you're dealing with. Some of you may be lashing out, or you could be dealing with somebody who's lashing out. And it's causing a lot of heavy restrictions. So this worth waiting for is like, if I feel like if you're engaged, trying to get married, in a long-term partnership, have talked about like upper level commitment, you may want to hold off until this stuff settles down, because it's when you walk into situations and you're fired up about things, with that Knight of Swords and that Eight of Swords, you got to let the waters calm down, right? And I feel like there's a lot of a lot of mental stuff at play here rather than truly feeling from our emotions. So this could be just like, not making enough money, trying to, match the bills. You're working long extended hours. I feel like you're burning out. So then when you're going home, your partner is the next closest person to you, or should be anyhow. And they're kind of taking the brunt, or again, this could be vice versa, could be taking the brunt of what is transpiring. For Libras who are ready to mingle here, Ace of Wands. Again, you guys are kind of like waiting for this breakthrough, waiting for this aha moment to come rolling in for you with the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. I feel like for those of you, and again, it's like I feel this feminine energy, but it's a very dominating masculine energy that I feel is coming from the same place. So it's like you're very fixated on a given way of how things are going to work. And I'm hearing hierarchy. So some of you just may be very much into, we've seen our systems kind of falling apart. We've talked about the feminine and the masculine energies, how we're not doing things the way we used to do them. So it's like you're exploring your options and your choices. And I feel like in your mind, forward movement, and the number 16 is coming up, which I believe is Sag, that's the way you see things progressing forward. So it's like dealing with a partner who's going to be completely on board, or was going to understand that this is the role that you are living in, and they need to understand where it is that you're coming from. I really do feel like that's more for the feminine energies, but you guys are standing in a very dominant place right now. So I hope that makes sense, what I'm trying to say. All right, advice for Libra. Love advice for Libra, please. Love advice for Libra. That's so funny. All right, I'm going to throw these back in there, but two of the same cards came out for Pisces. All right, you guys, Taurus, Gemini. I'm hearing Capricorn, so we'll go with Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini again, Cancer also, Taurus, Scorpio, yeah. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer again. All right, advice for Libra, please, Spirit. Advice for Libra. Storm warning, I'm telling you guys. Financial constraints, rest and rejuvenation, deceit. I told you in the beginning, I seen that deceit card in the Lovers, or the Relationship Oracle, whatever this is called, I can't remember. And there it is. It's like, it's almost like I heard from blowing smoke up somebody's ass. You may be dealing with somebody who is not maybe financially as sound as you thought they were. Your finances could be taking a hit as a result of this. Storm warning, it's coming in. I've not clarified for any other sign when it comes to these cards, but I am going to clarify that. Financial constraints, again, it's like your emotions are not invested, and thus it's like your pentacles, you're focused on those pentacles of rebuilding something. The rest and the rejuvenation, that is what Spirit is telling you to do. That's where your focus needs to be, is to be in a space right now of taking a time out. So if you're pushing and fighting the resistance, right, like you're nothing is moving, this breakthrough is not happening, because you're supposed to be resting right now. You're supposed to be taking a time out. Storm warning, what's going on here? Storm warning about this. there's that Hermit. Yeah, Hermit in the reverse. You guys are going to probably make yourself sick. This is how this feels to me. Like you're making yourself sick. Neck issues, back issues. It feels structural to me. Just aches, pains, wearing. You're burning yourself out by working so much, doing so much. You need to tame that. You need to soothe the self, because once you get to this complete space of burnout, you know, they're cautioning you right now. Six of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Financial issues could be tied to children as well with that Six of Cups sitting there. Knight of Cups, that's a younger energy. Five of Pentacles. Those losses may have been sustained that way. This is all I'm going to say. If there are children in the midst of this financial situation, do things for the right reasons. Plain and simple. So if there's an issue with like child support or whatever, Spirit keeps saying meal ticket. I'm going to give a quick lecture, whether it's to you or your cross watcher. Your children should not be a meal ticket. So, you know, if this is where it's coming in, it's like you're trying to pick up the scraps from a situation. Be mindful. Karma. Common sense. This rest and rejuvenation. Knight of Pentacles. Again, it's just the need to slow it down. Temperance. Slow it down. You know, you need to master your thoughts. You need to watch your thoughts. You need to temper your thoughts. And you need to move forward slowly right now. And then this Deceit card. I'm going to throw a card down on it too. What is this Deceit about? Libra, this is messy. King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody could be representing themselves as being better off than they are. You're not trusting what you know to be true. There's the Justice card. There you are, Libra. Masculines, and I will say masculines and likely to be males, not necessarily. You know, take it where it fits, guys. May be living in a space of arrogance and stinginess, greediness right now. If you're dealing with a more feminine energy, they're very fucking focused on rebuild. So it's going to depend. Like I said, this reading, I didn't think these readings were going to resonate for everybody to begin with, but something, if you've been shitty and shady when it comes to romance or family dynamics or love or however, because love fits into everything, right? The secrets are coming out. They're becoming known. And it's just waiting. It's a waiting game. So, damn, Libra. I don't even know what to say. Like, you're going to move on from this, but be aware of this. So, shit. I don't even know what else to say to that. Goodness gracious. A lot of different entanglements there that if there's been lies and stuff in a romantic partnership, they're going to come out. I mean, you can only lie and do not so great things before it's all exposed. So just be aware, like if you're not telling the truth, if you're not being upfront and honest, if you're dealing with somebody that's like that, I'm not saying it's you, Libra, you may be catching on to something. Be mindful of that kind of energy, because it's very, you know, you can get yourself in a position, I said back there on that worth waiting for, is like somebody you maybe jumped the gun on something, and now you're realizing there's more to the story than you knew from the beginning, from the get-go. Pay attention. Pay attention, because you don't want to be stuck into something that's going to cost you everything that you're working for, right? Like, be upright about shit. Goodness gracious. All right, Libra. I'm leaving that shit there. My God. I don't even know what else to say. If you guys are interested in personal readings, reach out to me through the description box below in the About section of the page. Check out your other placements, and you find me at holisticallyzenwv.com for everything under the sun that you could think of probably. So sending you guys so much love. Take care of your stuff, and I'll see you soon. Bye.